Welcome. Today we're exploring a passage of Scripture that many of us know by heart, but perhaps haven't fully unpacked. Our guide is Dr. Henry Woodhouse, a practitioner of mystic prayer and a prayer scholar. Dr. Woodhouse, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure.
The verse I'd like to discuss is Matthew 6:6. In the Berean translation, it reads, "But you, when you pray, enter into your inner room, and having shut your door, pray to your Father, the one in secret." It seems simple, but you suggest there is a profound, almost hidden layer to this command.
Well, yes. On the surface, it's wonderful advice about privacy, but in the Christian mystical tradition, it's seen as the very blueprint for an internal spiritual practice. It's an invitation to a deeper form of prayer.
Let's start with that first phrase, enter into your inner room. For most people, that means finding a quiet physical space, but you're suggesting it's something more.
Yes, the physical quiet is a good start, but it's only the container. The Greek word used here, tamion, means an inner chamber, a secret storeroom. The mystics understood this as a call to enter an inner sanctuary, a state of consciousness where your focus turns entirely inward.
What do you mean by a state of consciousness? That can sound a bit abstract.
It's more practical than it sounds. Think of your mind like a radio. Most of the day, it's tuned to the static of the outside world, our jobs, our worries, the news. Going into your room is the conscious act of changing the frequency. You're deliberately tuning out that external noise and tuning into a quieter, clearer station within yourself, where you can actually connect with God's presence.
So it's about shifting your focus, and the next instruction is having shut your door. How does that fit into this inner journey?
Having shut your door is the most active and skillful part of the whole process. If entering the room is about shifting focus, then shutting the door is about maintaining that focus with commitment. It means shutting out not just audible noise, but the inner noise, your plans, your anxieties, your own egoic chatter. It's an act of profound reverence. If you were meeting someone you deeply respected, you would give them your full, undivided attention. That's what this is. You are clearing the stage of your mind to be exclusively present with God.
That is well put. It's a preparation for a real one-on-one encounter. So once you're in this inner room with the door shut, how does the prayer itself change? The verse says to pray to your Father, the one in secret.
That's the crucial phrase. It's not just that your prayer is a secret, but that you are praying to the divine presence that dwells in that secret place within you. This is where everything transforms. When you're in that state of profound stillness, prayer is no longer just a list of things you want to say at God. It becomes a communion with God. In that sacred quiet, you might find yourself speechless, simply in awe of the presence. Your prayer becomes your state of being. Your humility, your devotion, your stillness, that is the prayer. It's a two-way encounter.
You've studied mystics like Teresa of Avila and John of the Cross. Some might hear those names and think, well, that's not for me, that's for spiritual experts. Is this practice really accessible to the average person?
Oh, absolutely. That's the most important part. While the mystics reached remarkable depths, the principle is for everyone. Jesus gave this instruction to the crowds, not just to a handful of disciples in private. The journey begins with simple, practical steps. Can you set aside 5 minutes in a quiet place? Can you consciously put your phone away and decide to focus your attention inward? That is the start. The goal isn't immediate perfection. It's about developing the skill of being present.
And finally, Jesus promises a reward. What is that reward in this context?
Well, the reward is the transformation itself. It's not a material gift. The reward is the peace of God which surpasses all understanding that Paul talks about in Philippians. It's the clarity, the inner stability, and the divine love that begin to flow into your life because you have been in that place of communion. The reward isn't something God gives you later for a job well done. It's the fruit that naturally grows from a spirit that has been connected to the vine.
So, to summarize, this verse isn't just a tip for private prayer. It's a call to a deeper, more intentional practice that has profound implications for our spiritual lives.
That's exactly it. It's an invitation. Jesus is asking us to do our part, to go into that inner room, to put in the effort to shut the door on distraction, and to meet Him with earnestness. It's the difference between prayer being just something you do and prayer becoming the very thing that shapes who you are.
This has been incredibly insightful. It certainly opens up a new way of thinking about personal prayer. I truly hope we can talk again soon to explore the specific methods of what you call mystic prayer in more detail. Dr. Woodhouse, thank you for your time.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you.